it all without sleep for at least 24 hours.
My arm is broken.
No one said being a weekend warrior was easy. The Kokanee 24 hours of adrenaline is called the Woodstock of mountain biking, the focal point of the season for hundreds of local riders. This weekend, it's Alberta's turn to give up sleep before the event continues to Ontario. In no other event will so many people gather in the spirit of fun,
Something like that.
sportsmanship, and good hard riding.
You know, it's been sold out again for the third year in a row, so we have almost 1,300 riders. Because we really cater to the weekend warriors, and because it's a 24-hour event, it doesn't have to be the toughest, gnarliest course. It has to be challenging for the riders, so you're going to see some good ascents, some good descent.
The course provides plenty of both. With over 60 kilometers of cross-country ski trails carved out of the side of a mountain, the Canmore Nordic Centre also makes an excellent mountain biking centre.
Come on.
All common knowledge for Team 413, the Sirens of Soil.
Well, we ride here all the time, actually, so, you know, this is pretty much, the course for us is pretty much a standard ride, like, you know, we might do it after work one day.
I'm not nervous, sweetheart.
The Sirens are a 10-person, all-female corporate team from the Canmore area, the only all-female team in their category.
Our goal this weekend is to try and compete and beat as many men teams as possible. Yeah, we're just going to try and prove females are out there and can ride just as hard and fast as most of the men's teams, so hopefully we'll do well.
All right, why don't we just get this started and over with real quick.
Also in the 10-person corporate category is Team 415, Calgary 5 Oh.
Our team's comprised of 6 police officers from the Calgary Police Service and 1 civilian employee of the Calgary Police Service, as well as another civilian member who is assisted the police department in bike training a lot, and then 2 civilians.
It's a different atmosphere from some of the other racing I've done. There's, you know, the competitive end of things, but it's also, there's a lot of camaraderie between the teams. So it's a great way to spend a weekend and get to know some of the guys in a different setting from work and that sort of thing. So it's great.
For 3 members of the team, escaping from work isn't as easy as it sounds. They patrol downtown Calgary on the police service's mountain bike unit, using 2 wheels instead of 4.
Well, it's probably, I'd say it's one of the best details on the job is the fact that we're able to be able to ride all day. It's a lot of proactive policing that we find that we're doing. The community certainly responds to it very positively, and they like to see the bikes. We're a lot more approachable. A lot of things that we can sneak up on, like that, say, a patrol car might not be able to find himself in that position. So it's been really a positive thing all the way around.
The 24 hours of adrenaline begins with a Le Mans start, where racers will run a shortened course that loops back to the transfer and their parked bikes. Once in the saddle, they ride what's called a prologue lap, a small loop that quickly brings them back through the start again. Then, they are turned loose on the course to tackle the trails of the Nordic Centre.
The first lap is the most nerve-wracking lap because everyone's together. Right. And it's just everyone's really, really packed, so it's not spread out, so you're just like trying to break free.
The Sirens' first rider, Nola Stinner, is a veteran of the Le Mans start and well aware of the challenge.
Where should I put this?
Wherever you want to
I'm almost thinking,
pole position.
I know everyone's got the good spot.
Maybe out further there might be some more room.
He is in front of the stage here. The new series will be called Weekend Warriors, starting at 7 o'clock in September. So this will be filmed. Look out, keep the grinning, because they're going to be shooting you.
Okay.
I want to remind everybody, the Merrill Lamont start makes this.
Well, that's perfect. I want to be beside him. He's going to take his time.
With her bike in place, Nola joins the other riders at the starting line, awaiting one of the most exciting starts in bike racing.
Ride Guide, Canada's mountain biking authority. Explore some of North America's most chewed up and awesome trails. Get up close and personal with everything from high-speed single tracks to open fire roads that weave their way to the bottom of the mountain. Plant your face into Ride Guide, tomorrow night at 6 Eastern on the Outdoor Life Network.
It's a textbook start and an exciting opening to the event. Over 200 teams of 10, 5, or 4, plus a handful of soloists, and the odd superhero crowd onto the narrow trails. The first hour passes, and the lead riders begin to arrive at the transfer tent. Though the course receives enthusiastic praise, there are some problems beyond organizers' control.
Come back and get some hot. Watch out, yeah, it's hot. It's very hot.
No way. It was hot. Good though, lots of fun. Lots of fun. Some good new sections put in there. It's fun. Back there.
The course makes use of all the Nordic Center has to offer, while still ensuring a safe ride for novices.
Oh.
The degree of difficulty lies in how slow,
That's how you do it, everybody.
or how fast a rider wants to tackle the tougher sections.
Oh. Back down. Oh, shit. Sorry, man. Sorry, go. Sorry, man. Give her. Yeah, baby. Woo!
No matter how hard or soft a rider attacks the course, there will always be the unexpected to contend with. In racing, they're called mechanicals.
Yeah, blue tire. Back one's dead. No repair. Gotta walk to checkpoint 1, call my checkpoint 2, and call my team. Wonder which is far closer. Going back to 1 or going forward to 2? Going forward to 2 is I think it's better. Oh well. Next loop.
Hour 4. The hard-packed course has made for some quick times for Calgary 5 Oh, as Quinn keeps a close eye on the standings.
The last information we had is that after 3 laps, we were in second place. Checked the Kokanee tent. We're on our 5th lap now, so I'm not sure. Last I checked, we were 15 minutes behind a team called 10 Guys with No Brains. So we'll see if we can catch up to the No Brainers over the night. See how it goes.
For the Sirens, overall ranking is secondary to the supreme goal, beating men's teams.
424. Yeah, well, my competition was guys. Gotta pass some of them. It was good fun. Everybody was really cool out there too. Don't mind being passed too much by a chick, so it's good.
Yeah, I think I've been here for waiting for about an hour. So yeah, very anxious to go. It'd be nice to get out and get the first lap done and out of the way. I think we're in the top 10 at this point anyhow. Yeah, we're doing really well. All our laps have been really good, really consistent. So yeah, it can be a hard act to follow out there.
The camaraderie aspect is great. Like I don't see Todd that often and Rich that often, so it's good to kind of get out, away from the job, hang up the uniform and just kind of hang out for the weekend and do what we like to do. Also, being a part of the police team, I think, hopefully anyways, it'll present to the guys that are here that, the cops are active guys, are out in the community. We're trying to promote a positive image of the Calgary Police Service. So that's another aspect of why we're here.
How about how are you? Better than the first round, that's for sure.
Night settles in as the sun disappears behind the peaks.
Is that right?
Even with headlights, the riding is treacherous, and riders will have to be vigilant for roots and rocks. But darkness won't be the only obstacle.
All right, what a night.
The unpredictable southern Alberta weather adds its own excitement to the race.
It's going to be a lot more difficult, especially in this top section here. It gets really rooty, and it will be very slippery. I'll probably spend a lot of my time walking my bike because you just can't get over it when it gets wet. So hopefully we'll just get a little sprinkle because it was extremely dry today. So a little sprinkle would help us out a bit. But if it starts to drench, it's going to make it a tough course, definitely.
Nola gets her wish, and then some. Just before midnight, a thunderstorm soaks the course, and the race takes on a whole different complexion. In hindsight, the dry, dusty course doesn't seem so bad.
Only mobile interactive skate park? Then check out Skate Space, the nation's premier skateboard, inline, and BMX competition. Bringing together an explosion of aggressive sports, live music, and the hottest new gear and games. Skate Space, tomorrow at 7 Eastern on the Outdoor Life Network.
You feel like you're in a different world. It's just different. It's a different scenario for sure. I don't do a regular night ride on a regular occasion, so this is kind of an unusual thing for me to do. It's fun. A lot of people go out there and they do night rides because they enjoy being out there in the dark. But so I guess that's why they feel like they're in a different world, because they enjoy doing it more.
Sunrise is a welcome sight for the riders. Though there are still several hours to go, they are better than 3/4 of the way through the race.
I think last night we were at about 15th or 16th place, and I think the heat really got to us. It just sapped guys right out, and we had a mechanical, so our lap times suffered, and we managed to bounce back overnight through adversity, through the rain and the mud, and I think right now we're at about 5th or 6th place. So as we head into the last 4 hours of the race, we're looking pretty good. So we'll send out our heavy hitters and see what we can do.
It's really, really good. A lot of fun. Had a little rivalry going with the older guys. We had lots of fun. Didn't let him get out of my sight. So where is he? Just kidding. No, it's awesome. It's perfect right now. It's absolutely perfect. The roots are a little slick, but that's about it. Yeah, it's great. It's tacky, easy. There he is. He's right.
We were racing. And,
we had our own little race going there.
We had a great race going.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Lots of fun.
These female athletes are really good. It was wonderful.
8:39. With just under 2.5 hours left in the race, another thunderstorm scores a direct hit on the Nordic Center. More rain, more mud, tougher riding.
My arm is broken. I took a bad spill about 6 minutes back in the mud pit, hit the ditch, slapped my shoulder pretty good. Lied there for a bit, and I thought I better finish the race off. But I don't know, it's all good, I guess. They're just going to send me for x-rays to the hospital. I think I might have separated my shoulder.
More muddy riders come in. At the Woodstock of mountain biking, there's little shyness when it comes to cleaning up.
Hey, there are legs under there.
Yeah.
Whoops, sorry.
Number 421.
11:30 a.m. In half an hour, no more riders will be allowed on the course. But if teams can get their rider on before noon, they will have until 1 o'clock to complete the lap and have it count. Quinn Jakes is hoping he'll be able to do just that.
Right now we've got our ace in the hole out there on the course, Dave Roberts. And if our strategy is if he can come in at around the 11:50 a.m. mark, then I'm going to head out and try to do another lap in an hour 10. So it's going to be razor thin, like it's going to be really tight.
Waiting with Quinn is the Sirens anchor, Liz Johnson.
This is going to be my third, if I get to do it.
Like 5-0, the Sirens of Soil want that final lap and the chance to break a few more hearts. $11:52. Dave finishes his lap for Calgary 5-0 in 53 minutes, leaving Quinn an hour 8 for his. He will have to better his fastest time to make it.
We want to do it. We're out here to have fun, but some competitiveness has sort of come about, and these two guys that want to hammer and have a good time. So I'm up for a challenge.
Hit it! Gotta get here. Coming through. Russian Curtis.
12:55. With a few minutes to spare, Quinn crosses the finish line.
In order for us to gain that last and precious lap and be competitive, I had to go out and do the lap in, I think, an hour 7. And I think I did it in about an hour 3 and some change. So it was a huge feeling of accomplishment coming into the pit with about 2 minutes and change left. It was good.
It was great. I made it in time. I made it just in time, I guess. I think. I hope. Did I make it? It was awesome. It was good. Yeah, thanks. It was fast and fun, and the course was awesome.
You know, at the end of the event every year, people are tired, you know, they're challenged. They were out there for 3 days with their friends and a little bit of socializing, some good riding out there. And people are pretty tired. What we find is it takes about 2 or 3 days, and then we get flooded with emails saying, hey, had a great time, ready to sign up for next year. And every year we're selling these events out year after year. So I think that really tells the tale of the weekend, is that people are looking for this kind of activity of bringing the souls together.
With the weekend all but over and the adrenaline all but spent, this chapter of the 24 hours of adrenaline comes to an end. A few hurrahs remain, but for most, it's a time to reflect on what was and what could have been. For Calgary 5 Oh and Quinn Jakes, it's all good.
No injuries, no mechanicals. The weather came and went, but overall really good. Yeah, a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, it's always a sense of accomplishment, for sure. Especially when you have like lots of bad weather to deal with and just, yeah, mechanicals, all sorts of things.
It's kind of a bonding thing, I guess. We get to hang out, talk about bikes. We're all big into bikes, and it's common ground. Actually, I don't think anyone talked about work the whole weekend, so that was good. Yeah, it's just a common interest that we can share. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, and it's our 4th year, so they've got to be doing something right. Because like, there's a lot of people we talk to on the trail, like, say if you're on a slow climb, it's chatting away. Most people, it's not their first time. Most people have come back, and they will continue to come back because they're, you know, even if they have some real obstacles to overcome during the weekend, you know, it is a challenge, and it's, you know, it's a sense of accomplishment at the end of the weekend.
As long as people need a paycheck, the greater portion of Monday through Friday will always belong to someone else. But Saturday and Sunday, they're a different story. So when the guide to being a weekend warrior is finally written, it might have a chapter for athletes like the Sirens of Soil and Calgary 5 Oh, who not only understand what being a weekend warrior is all about, but enthusiastically come back for more with a big muddy grin.